Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Lynn and I'm Pretty Papercrafts 67, and today I am just going to do some junk journal tag backgrounds. I'm trying to get some stores up in my supplies, get some supplies made. So these are always fun because I like that whole steampunk industrial grunge look. These are always a fun sort of tag to have on hand so that I can decorate with that vintage grungy style. And I thought I'd make a couple more together with you on camera. I've just used a whole heap of different sorts of, I've got stencils, stamps, inks, watercolor pencil, all sorts of things. So these are the three that I have played with, and I just thought I would just recreate them again and see what we get. So I have already worked with I've got some shipping tags, and I've already just done these backgrounds, and this is just distress ink, and I've just painted it on with a paintbrush. So it's given that very uneven sort of background, but still I don't mind it at all. So I think what we're going to start with, I've got some various stamps. I just bought this one the other day and I quite like it. So I've got some various stamps, I've got some stencils, and I've got Tim Holtz numbers. I've got different sorts of inks, and we'll do a bit of embossing with an embossing folder as well. So let's get in and get started. So I've already done my backgrounds, and what I want to do first of all is I'm just going to do some stenciling on there, and I'm going to grab this dotty stencil. I have other stencils, but I always go to this one because I just like the finished look. So I have done this before on camera, and it's a really simple idea. Just I've got a distress what is this one? This is vintage photo. So all I'm going to do is put some ink down on my stencil. I'm going to try and sort of make it a bit heavy because it is running out. So I've just got that down on my background, and I'm just going to grab a bit of water and I'm just going to spritz on that just a bit. And then I'm going to take that stencil over to my tags, and I'm just going to lay it down like that. Do have a bit of tissue here, and I'm just going to press it down like so. We'll just see what we get. Oh yes, I like that. There's a tiny little bit left here, so I'm just going to do that. Right, so that's one sort of background. I'm just kind of going to build them up a bit, just with different inks and things. So I like that look. You can see that sort of circly look around there, and all straight away it kind of takes away from that mottly background. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Then I've got this. This is an old one. This is the Stampin' Up stamp. So I'm going to try, I've used it for so many things, I hope it still works. I'm going to try some of that, and I'm going to try some of this while we're still inking. So first of all, I'm going to go in with this one, and I'm just going to use this as a chocolate chip. It is a Stampin' Up stamp pad. Old. I don't even know if you can get this colour anymore. But I'm going to just stamp that in different areas onto my tags. Press it nice and hard. Hopefully it'll work. So that's one, and we'll do that again. Put it down here a bit. I'll turn that around. I just love playing with this sort of stuff because you can just go a bit crazy if you want to. put it there. Just going to offset it a bit off my tag. And we will do one more little area over here, I think. Put a little bit down here. Like that. So that's that stamp. Now I'm going to build it up again, and I'm going to use this one, the darkroom door, and this one is called Harlequin. I just bought this the other day from the ladies at Witchcraft You Do, so I have used it in these ones here. I have used it with heat embossing. I don't know if that's showing up or not. It's a bit shiny there, but I won't do that today because, yeah, it's can't edit, as you know. So I'm just going to grab that, and I think I'm going to use yellow, this fossilized amber. This is a oxide, so it'll sort of dry off a little bit chalky, which I love that look. So I'm just going to ink up the stamp like that. And again, I'm just going to place that down just randomly in different places. If it doesn't fully cover, I don't care. I don't mind about that. But yeah, that's nice. Look at that. Isn't that really nice stamp? And again, I'm just going to go around that and just place that in different areas on the tags. And I might go this way. Overlap it onto both tags a bit. Like that, and we'll go again, just filling up some of these spaces. Like that, and I'm going to turn that and just do this little area here. Just like that. So I do like that. You can sort of, it'll dry a bit lighter than that yet, but because it's the Distress Oxide, it'll have like a chalkiness to it, so it will jump out and look at you. All right, so that's that and that and that. So that's my backgrounds kind of done. So now I'm just going to pull these tags apart. And then we can see each individual tag and what we've got. Just like that. Oh, they look cool. I really like them. All right, so now I want to do some texture paste embossing, I think it's called. I got this a little stencil in a thank you gift from the ladies at Witchcraft You Do, and I really like that. So I'm just going to pick one, and we're just going to randomly go around and pop this down with some texture paste. Now I use spack filler. I love it. It dries really quickly, and it does the same job as the embossing paste, or whatever you call it. So I'm just going to grab a bit of this. I don't need much because that stencil is only tiny. So we'll just take sort of like that, and I'm just going to randomly just pop it down in different places. So one like that. I'm going to turn it, off-center it a bit off the tag. Do that. I'm going to come back in over this side here. Like that, and then I'm going to turn it again and go like that. So that's one idea. So we're sort of using all the numbers today, so we'll put that one aside. That really doesn't take very long to dry at all. I'm going to clean up my stencil a bit. I wish I had some water to pop it into, but we don't. But anyway, hopefully that won't dry off too hard. So we'll put this one away, put this back filler away so it doesn't dry out. All right, so that's number one. I really like that. That's nice. Now, number two, what do I want to do here? I want to run one of these through an embossing folder. So I have, again, numbers, and this one is that Tim Holtz. This is that 3D embossing folder, and I just love this. So I'm going to pop that in there, about like that. And I'm just going to run this through my machine. I'm sorry if this makes the table a bit shaky, but it won't be for long. So we'll just run that through. Just like so. Oops. Excuse me while I get rid of that. Okay, and our end result is that. I love this embossing folder. This is just amazing. Love it. So that's number two. And then number three is I'm just going to use some number stamps. So it's all the numbers today. And these ones are the Tim Holtz. What are they called? Let's have a look. Block lower. So they're a foam stamp, and I use them all the time. So I'm just going to grab my stamp block, and I'm just going to randomly put just a number series down. No particular order. Just going to run with that, and I never know which is upside down and the right way around until I actually look on the other side. So that three's got to go the other way. I'm just making just a series of numbers. There's a 2. That might be upside down as well. I'll have a look. Oh no, that's coming along. And what else? We will just put a 4 in there. I'll sort of line them up, but I don't mind if they're a little bit hit and miss. And then I'm just going to take this tag, and in black, I'm just going to use some black distress ink, and I'm just going to stamp these numbers at random on that tag. Oops. Get back in your spot. This is where you get quite inky fingers. All right, and then I'm going to offset them from the edge of the tag a bit. Like that. And then we'll run that again. And I'm just going to put a little bit down the end here. Like that. And we'll do a little bit more. Then we might just do a little tip up the top here. Like that. Like that sort of thing. What did I do with this other one? How many did I do? I did 4, so we'll just maybe put just something in this corner here. Just like that. All right, so there we go. 3 different tags with numbers, backgrounds, mixed media or inky backgrounds. Okay, so now what I want to do, now I can take that away. That's always good to keep because look at that. That's getting really, really cool. All right, so now all I want to do with these is I'm going to use a watercolor pencil, and I'm just going to go around the edges of the tags, just in places. just drawing a line basically, just in different areas. Like that. And I'm going to do that with all three. Well, actually that one I'm going to do a bit different. So this one here I'm going to do the same. Now these are just a Montmartre, or however you say it. Just cheap watercolor pencils. They don't have to be expensive. It doesn't even have to be neat. Like that. And then with this one, I'm just going to find where my numbers are, and I'm just going to kind of like, just not everything, but just trace areas in the numbers with my watercolor pencil. And just work my way around the tag. And how is everyone today? I hope everyone is well. Oh, Easter. Easter's almost here. Can't believe it. We have no plans this Easter. We're just going to have a nice quiet one. We're going up to see my mum. And we will probably go over and see my little grandson. But yeah, nice quiet one. My husband's got about 5 days off work, so he is really excited for that. Yeah, and I'm just going to keep going around until I'm happy with the markings. It doesn't sort of show up much at the moment. And this little one here. All right, so then I'm going to grab my water brush, and I'm just going to go around and sort of hit that watercolor pencil and just let it smudge. Easy, easy, easy. And that'll just highlight those numbers a bit, make it that little bit more kind of grungy looking once it's all dried. And just gives you something interesting to look at. I could play all day with this kind of stuff. I just love it. And then once the watercolor pencil is dry, if you wanted to, you could just reapply again to build up your layers of color. That's completely up to you, which I might do yet once it's dry. All right, so just something like that. It just helps those numbers to pop out a bit and just sort of, yeah, I don't know, gives it something. And then with these ones, I'm again, just with my water brush, I'm just going to hit where I've put the black pencil and just sort of smudge that and just sort of give it a bit of definition on the end, on the edges. Of course, when I'm doing projects, I will more than likely sew around them, but this just adds something. And that's that one, and then we'll do the same with this one. Just like that sort of thing. Now with this one here, I just want to tone down that white texture paste. So I'm just going to take my brush over to my watercolor pencil, and I'm just going to just color in those numbers a bit. And then once they dry, they'll dry a lot lighter, so it'll just kind of, yeah, again, add another point of interest. A bit raised up. And I'll go around the top to this last one. Just like that. So there is so much you can do with background tags. That's just, you know, one idea or 3 ideas. Pardon me. Pardon me. So that's just 3 ideas just to do a little bit of something different, and then when they dry, they just look very industrial, very grungy, and then you can add your Tim Holtz dolls, or you could do some clock faces. You could just add all sorts of things to build them up into layers and layers, but you've already got an interesting background. So that is it for me for today. Just something really simple. I'm very much playing with watercolor, ink. I'm doing lots of coloring in at the moment. So that just sort of drives me along to continue creating with all this sort of, you know, mixed media stuff. So yeah, I hope that someone finds that interesting. Very easy to do. You don't have to have a 3D embossing folder. They will emboss just as well with any embossing folder that you do have. Yeah, so give them a try if you are into mixed media and you are into this sort of vintagey grunge industrial look. Very, very simple to create. And, you know, the sky's the limit. You could add different colours in there. You could put a bit of red in there. Yeah, all sorts, whatever you like to do. But no, I really like them, and they will definitely get used up in my craft room. All right, everyone, that's me today. Just a really quick one. If I don't get back, I hope everybody does have a happy Easter. We're only a few days away now, so I'm not sure that I will get back. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoys the weekend. Please stay safe and well, and I will see you all again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.